Hello friends, welcome to PowerBook Summaries. Have you ever felt like making money is only a rich man's game? That no matter how hard you work, your wallet never seems to fill up ... But some people always seem to have money effortlessly. If you said yes, you're not alone. Over 90% of people across the world carry the same belief about money, that it's hard to earn, even harder to keep, and almost impossible to grow. From childhood, we're taught that money is for the lucky ones, or for those with big businesses and family fortunes. But what if that's not the truth? What if rich people aren't just lucky? What if they simply understand some secret rules of money that the rest of the world doesn't? Now imagine. What if you had a clear system to earn money and multiply it? What if money started working for you instead of you working for money? Wouldn't your life change completely? Today, I bring you something that could shift your entire money mindset. A powerful summary of the best-selling book, The Rules of Money by Richard Templar. But let me be clear, this book is not just about earning money. It's about thinking money, attracting money, and managing money wisely. So, listen closely. If I told you that there are secret rules that wealthy people have been following for generations, would you want to learn them? Would you like to know why some people achieve financial freedom effortlessly, while others keep chasing money their whole lives and never catch it? In this video, we'll explore the exact money rules that can unlock a wealthy mindset, smart steps to multiply your income, habits that slowly lead you to financial independence, and the mental traps that even rich people fall into, and how you can avoid them. This is not just another finance video. This is a guide to mastering the money game. But remember, there are only two choices in life. Either you understand and follow the rules of money, or you keep chasing money forever, stuck in a never-ending cycle. The decision is yours. Will you repeat the same mistakes that 90% of the world makes? Or will you begin your financial journey today with clarity, direction, and power? If you're ready, then keep watching. Because in the next few minutes, your mindset around money is about to transform. Rule number 1. Anyone can become rich. Money is not just for the already wealthy. Have you ever wondered, do rich people have some secret formula? How do they afford luxury? Cars, huge homes, and seemingly unlimited lifestyles? Is there something hidden they know that the rest of us don't? Most people believe that the rich are either incredibly talented, or they inherited millions. Others think it's all about luck, but the truth is quite different. Did you know that nearly 80% of millionaires today are self-made? They didn't win lotteries or come from billionaire families. They used the same 24 hours as you and me, but with a very different mindset. So here's the question. If they can do it, why can't you? Think about it. A poor boy born in a small village with no fancy education and no big dreams learned one thing: how to think about money. He understood that money comes to those who know how to attract it. And that boy later became a millionaire businessman. Sounds like a movie? It's not. It's the reality behind most rags to riches stories. The only difference is how they think. And that's exactly what Richard Templar teaches. If you change your mindset, you can change your income. Rich people don't say, "I can't make money." They say, "Opportunities are everywhere. I just have to act." Just like learning to ride a bike or play a game, you start scared, you make mistakes, but with practice, you improve. Money works the same way. If you're willing to learn, stay consistent, and apply smart rules, you will master the game. But if that's true, why isn't everyone rich? Simple. Because most people never take action. They just keep dreaming, talking, wishing, but they never change their habits. They say, "I wish I had more money. I wish I could be rich." But wishing doesn't change anything. Only action does. Templar says, you don't need magic to be rich. You just need to learn and apply the real rules of money. Those who treat money like an enemy, those who believe it's greedy to want more, will always push money away. But those who treat money as a tool, who manage it wisely, eventually attract wealth. So now you have two options. Either keep thinking like you always have, or shift your mindset and adopt a smarter path to wealth. Are you ready to change your financial journey? If yes, then in the next chapters, we'll uncover more money rules that will take you closer to financial freedom. Because making money is not just for the rich, it's for anyone with the courage to think differently. Rule number 3. Money can't buy happiness, but it can definitely help if money is such a bad thing. Then why do poor people suffer the most? And why do rich people seem to enjoy life more? Think about it. If someone can't even pay rent on time, can't afford school fees for their children, and is buried in debt just to cover household expenses, how can that person feel truly happy? As long as you're under financial stress, real peace of mind remains out of reach. Richard Templar makes a deep point in this chapter. Money doesn't guarantee happiness, but it can protect you from the problems that destroy happiness. If you have money, you don't have to worry about next month's rent or how you'll pay for groceries. You may not live in luxury, but you'll have peace of mind, and that's priceless. Let me give you a real-life example. Two friends, Ajay and Rohit, grew up together, studied together, but had completely different financial mindsets. Ajay spent everything he earned. He believed that money was meant to be enjoyed in the moment. Live today, worry about tomorrow later, he'd say. Rohit, on the other hand, managed his money wisely. He saved a portion of his income, invested smartly, and gradually built a strong financial foundation. Years later, Ajay faced an emergency. A family member got sick, and the medical bills piled up. He had no savings, took on debt, and became emotionally stressed. Rohit. He calmly used his savings and handled the situation with no financial burden. Now you tell me, who's really happier? Money may not be the source of joy, but it definitely protects you from sorrow. It gives you options, freedom, and most importantly, control. When you have money, you can make big life decisions without fear. You can travel, explore, and experience life on your terms. But then why do people say money isn't everything? The answer is simple. Because money alone can't bring joy. If your health, relationships, or peace of mind are broken, no amount of money can fill that void. But that doesn't mean money isn't important. Templar teaches us a valuable balance. Earn money, but don't worship it. Use it as a tool, not a purpose. Money gives you the freedom to live your life on your own terms. So now it's your choice. Will you keep struggling financially and risk your happiness? Or will you learn the right rules of money and take control of your life? If you're serious about achieving financial freedom, then keep watching, because up next, we'll uncover the biggest secrets to earning, managing, and growing your money wisely. Rule number 4. Invest, don't just spend. Have you ever noticed that money disappears faster than it comes? The moment your salary hits your account, everything feels great, but within days, your balance drops. And by the end of the month, you're left wondering, where did all my money go? If this sounds familiar, don't worry. You're not alone. This is the story of 90% of the world. The problem is, when money comes in, we assume it will always be there. But the reality is, money flows like water, especially when we don't know how to manage it. That's why some people earn millions and still live paycheck to paycheck, while others earn modest incomes and still become rich. Richard Templar explains it best. To become financially free, you must learn to invest, not just spend. But most people do the opposite. The moment they get a little extra money, they look for ways to spend it. New clothes, the latest phone, luxury items they don't even need. Sure, it feels good in the moment, but it has zero long-term impact on your financial life. Let me share another story. Two friends, Ravi and Sanjay, both earn $50,000 a month. Ravi spends his salary instantly on designer clothes, weekend dinners, and spontaneous shopping. By month end, he's broke again and says, "Next month, I'll start saving." Sanjay, on the other hand, has a different mindset. He invests a portion of his salary every month in stocks, mutual funds, and even personal development courses. He enjoys life too, but never wastes money on unnecessary things. Fast forward a few years, Ravi still struggles financially. Sanjay, meanwhile, has built passive income through his investments. Now ask yourself, who's the smarter one? This is the biggest difference between a rich and poor mindset. Poor-minded people earn just to spend. Rich-minded people earn to invest and multiply their income. If you spend 100,000 on the latest gadget, it will lose value in a few months. But if you invest that same amount, it can earn you more money year after year. Templar says, if you stay trapped in the cycle of earn and spend, you'll never reach financial freedom. Only by investing can money grow. Whether that's in the stock market, real estate, or your own skills, money grows only when it's put to work. So ask yourself, do you want to keep spending your money blindly, or would you rather invest it and let it take you toward financial independence? If your answer is freedom, then develop the habit of investing, not spending. Because earning money is not enough, growing it is essential. Rule number 5. Save a little every month. Ever wondered why there's such a huge gap between rich people and average people? Is it a secret formula? Some hidden method of making money? No. The difference is one word: discipline. And the foundation of that discipline is a simple habit: saving a small amount of money every single month. You might say, but I don't even earn enough to save. That exact thought is what keeps people broke their whole lives. The truth is, people don't stay poor because they don't earn enough. They stay poor because they never learn to save. Let me tell you a short story. 2 friends, Samir and Ajay, had the same salary, lived in the same city, and shared the same lifestyle. But there was one big difference. Samir saved 10% of his income every month. Ajay spent every rupee he earned. 5 years later, Samir lost his job, but he didn't panic. He had an emergency fund. He managed his life smoothly and found a new job without stress. Ajay also lost his job, but he had no savings. He borrowed money, depended on others, and sank into depression. Now tell me, who was wiser? Templar teaches that if you want financial security, you must build the habit of saving every month. Even if it's a small amount, 500, 1,000, anything, just be consistent. Many people say, I'll start saving when I earn more. That's a big mistake. If you can't save when you earn less, you won't save when you earn more. Because saving is not about income, it's about mindset. Rule number 6. Pay off your debts first. Have you ever had sleepless nights just worrying, how will I pay next month's EMI? Does your heart race whenever your phone rings, thinking it might be a call from the bank? Do you hesitate before making any purchase because you're already drowning in debt? If yes, you're not alone. Millions of people are stuck in the same trap, taking one loan to pay off another, and getting tangled deeper in this financial web. Richard Templar shares a hard but essential truth. As long as you're buried in debt, you can never be truly free. This is why repaying debt must be your top priority. Imagine this: you buy a fancy smartphone, then a luxury watch, maybe even finance a new car. It all feels exciting in the beginning. But slowly you realize a major chunk of your salary is going toward EMIs. And when a new emergency arises, you have no money left. So what happens? You take another loan. Welcome to the debt trap, a cycle that gets harder to escape each time. Let me share a real-life example. 2 friends, Abhishek and Rohan, earned similar salaries, but Abhishek started spending to show off. He lived on credit cards, financed a car, and slowly built a life dependent on debt. Rohan did the opposite. He only bought things when he had the savings, no loans. No unnecessary EMIs. 5 years later, Abhishek's salary had increased, but so had his debts. Most of his income went into repayments. Rohan. He had savings, no debt, and peace of mind. Now ask yourself, which life would you prefer? Templar gives us a simple rule. Make debt repayment your top priority. Here's how. List all your debts. What do you owe? How many EMIs? What's the interest rate? Pay off high-interest loans first, because the longer they stay, the deeper your burden gets. Cut back temporarily. Lower your lifestyle until the debts are cleared. Stop borrowing more money. Don't take a new loan to cover the old one. Remember, a little sacrifice today can give you complete financial peace tomorrow. Rule number 7. Protect your assets. You work hard. You save, you invest, you build your wealth. But here's a question. How protected are your assets? Could one bad decision or sudden event wipe out your savings? Templar says, making money is easy, keeping it safe is the real challenge. So how do you protect your financial foundation? Let's look at Ravi and Sunil. Both worked hard and earned well, but Ravi made one major mistake. He ignored protection. No insurance, no legal backup, no emergency funds. Sunil, on the other hand, was smart. He got health, car, and home insurance. He maintained emergency funds and kept all his legal documents in order. Years later, Ravi's business deal failed. He had no backup plan and fell deep into debt. He had to sell his car and property to repay losses. Sunil? He stayed safe thanks to his planning. Templar's rule is clear. If you don't protect your assets, you'll never achieve true financial freedom. Here's what to do. Get insured. Health, car, home, even life insurance. Emergencies can strike anytime, and insurance will be your safety net. Secure your legal documents. Property, papers, investments, contracts, keep them in order. Build an emergency fund. Have at least 6 to 12 months of expenses saved. These steps will safeguard your years of effort from being wiped out in one bad moment. Rule #8. Know the difference between needs and wants. This is one of the most powerful lessons in the book. We often confuse our wants with needs. We tell ourselves, I need a new phone. I need a new car. I need to eat out every weekend. But these are not needs. They're wants, and they're silently eating away your wealth. Templar says, until you learn to differentiate between what's essential and what's just desirable, you'll always struggle financially. Let's take a simple example. Rohan and Amit worked in the same company, earning the same salary. But in a few years, Amit bought a home, had good savings, and lived stress-free. Rohan? Still living paycheck to paycheck, chasing new phones, designer clothes, and weekend luxuries. Why? Because Amit focused on needs, while Rohan spent blindly on wants. Financial success begins with clarity. Clarity about what truly matters. Ask yourself before every purchase, do I need this or just want it? This simple question can change your financial future. Final thoughts. If you truly want financial freedom, start by mastering these rules. Save before you spend, pay off your debts, protect your assets, invest instead of spending, and learn the difference between a need and a want. Money isn't everything, but it gives you freedom, peace, and power to live life on your own terms. So, what will you choose? A life of endless stress and struggle, or a life of financial security and freedom? The decision is yours. Rule number 8. Understand the difference between needs and wants. Rohan used to wait for his salary every month. His savings were almost non-existent, and he was constantly stressed about money. Why did this happen? Because Amit understood the difference between needs and wants. He focused only on what was truly necessary: household expenses, a basic lifestyle, and regular savings. But Rohan treated every desire as a need. Expensive gadgets, branded clothes, a new phone every year. He spent without thinking. The result? One became wealthy, The other stayed trapped in financial stress. Now you tell me, would you rather spend recklessly like Rohan, or manage money wisely like Amit and build financial security? Richard Templar teaches us a powerful lesson. If you want control over your financial life, you must learn to distinguish what's truly essential and what's just a desire. But how do we figure that out? It's simple. Before buying anything, ask yourself, can I live without this? If the answer is yes, it's a want, not a need. For example, food is a need, but eating at a restaurant every week is a want. A vehicle for commuting is a need, but buying a new model every 2 years is a want. A phone is a need for work, but upgrading to the latest brand every time, that's a want. This is the biggest difference between the rich and the poor. The rich focus on needs and control their wants. The poor mistake every want for a need and later suffer financially. So which category do you want to be in? If your goal is financial freedom, start building a new habit today. Before every expense, ask yourself, is this a need or just a want? Follow this simple rule, and you'll gradually master the money game and move toward financial stability. So next time you feel tempted to make a big purchase, pause, reflect, choose wisely, because financial success doesn't come from how much you earn, but from how wisely you spend. Rule number 9. Create a financial plan or watch your money slip away. Have you ever noticed how some people live stress-free lives? They take vacations with ease, give their kids quality education, and even after retirement, they're financially secure, while others are constantly worried about money. What makes the difference? Richard Templar explains, earning money is one thing, but managing and growing it is another. And to win that game, you need one powerful tool: a financial plan. Think about it. Would you start a journey to an unknown place without a map? Then how can you navigate one of life's most critical areas, money, without a plan? Without a financial roadmap, you'll never reach financial success. Let's take a real-life example. Ajay and Samir were the same age and had similar salaries. But 10 years later, there was a huge difference. Ajay had a strong bank balance, a house, and lived without financial stress. Samir was drowning in debt, always anxious at the end of each month. Why? Because Ajay had a financial plan. He made a monthly budget, saved and invested part of his income, and took decisions based on future goals. Samir, on the other hand, spent without thinking. No savings, no investments, no vision. The result? One moved toward financial success, while the other stayed trapped in money problems. So ask yourself, do you want to be like Samir, or like Ajay, who built financial security with a clear plan? Templar says financial planning isn't rocket science. You just need to focus on 3 things. Your income, know how much you earn and how much to save or invest. Spending your entire paycheck will never make you rich. Your expenses, track your spending. Cut back where it's unnecessary. What you save today will secure your tomorrow. Your short-term and long-term goals. If you don't have clear goals, you'll always manage your money randomly. But if you know you want to buy a house in 5 years, or save for your child's education in 10, or retire comfortably in 2, you'll invest accordingly. So ask yourself, is my financial life heading in the right direction? If the answer is no, then it's time to change. Start financial planning today, because those who don't take charge of their money often lose it to life's chaos. Rule #10. Be generous, but don't be a fool. Have you ever noticed? When you start doing well financially, suddenly people become a lot more interested in your life. Friends, relatives, acquaintances, everyone seems to find out about your money. Then come the requests. Bro, can you lend me a little cash? I'll return it soon, I promise. Or, you're doing so well, can you help me out a bit? If you have a kind heart, you may have helped them many times. And helping others is not wrong. But Richard Templar teaches a very important lesson. Be generous, But don't be foolish. Generosity is a beautiful thing. Helping the right person at the right time is noble. But if you keep giving blindly, you could risk your own financial security. Let me tell you a story. Rahul was a hard-working man. He built a successful business from scratch. But he had a weakness: he couldn't say no. Whenever someone asked for money, he gave it without thinking. Some were truly in need, but most were simply taking advantage of him. Eventually, his savings dried up, business struggles followed, and he fell into financial crisis. On the other hand, his friend Arun, just as successful, also helped people. But smartly, he helped only those genuinely in need, and only after ensuring his own financial safety. As a result, Arun stayed financially secure, while Rahul was left in ruins. Templar gives us a powerful lesson. When it comes to money, lead with your mind, not just your heart. Helping is good, but giving financial support to everyone without thought can be dangerous. Because here's the harsh truth: as long as you have money, people will stay close. But when you're in trouble, many of them will vanish. So how do you help wisely? First, assess who actually needs help. Is the person making an effort to fix their situation? Or are they just taking advantage of your kindness? Prioritize your own financial security. You can only help others when you're financially strong yourself. Remember, helping isn't always about giving money. Sometimes, teaching someone how to manage their own finances is far more powerful. So now ask yourself, am I being wisely generous or foolishly giving away my hard-earned money? If your goal is financial success, then adopt a new mindset from today: smart generosity. Because true generosity isn't about making yourself weaker. It's about lifting others up while staying strong. If this message inspired you, hit the like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear this, and comment below which rule hit you the hardest. Don't forget to subscribe to PowerBook Summaries for more life-changing book insights and financial wisdom. Until next time, spend smart, save strong, and live free.